Hey, I'm Brendan Moran.
And I'm Ruby Lopez, and welcome to Creek Currents.
This month, we're showing you how to enjoy the outdoors with some sizzling summer activities. We've got a great way for kids to discover Walnut Creek's open space, and I take a trip to the great outdoors to see Shell Ridge.
But first up, I also got a chance to hit the trails when I checked out some of Walnut Creek's best places to bike. I'm Ruby Lopez. Now today we are going to be checking out the amazing bike paths and trails that Walnut Creek has to offer. Now, before we get started, I like to point out a few things that I like to check out. I like to make sure that my tires are properly inflated, that I have water, because you just never know how long you're going to be out there for and you want to stay hydrated. I always take my cell phone just in case of an emergency, and don't forget the good old helmet. Safety first, everyone. And let me just point out that we're only 1.2 miles away from downtown Walnut Creek, so what do you say we get started? Hey, Jeremy.
Ruby, how are you?
All right, well, we got Jeremy Lukirko now. You're the senior planner, right, with the city of Walnut Creek?
I am.
Thanks for being here with us.
Oh, absolutely. Nice to be here as well.
Just enjoying the bike trails, and I know you have a lot of hands on that, right? There's a lot of good stuff happening there.
Absolutely. We've been working on a bike master plan for the city of Walnut Creek. In fact, this is one of the things I'm out here surveying right now, which is to do a new bike map for the city.
Okay, now this bike master plan, what kind of changes, what kind of things are people going to be excited about that are included in that plan?
We have a lot of great things coming on board in the next couple of years. We have several $100,000 that we got for new bike facilities that we're going to be building throughout the city, along with we're going to get new bike parking and new bike lockers in the downtown and throughout the city. So we're not only hoping to make it more convenient, but for cyclists to get to their destination, but also with those lockers we'll make it more safe as well.
Okay, that's great. So what kind of feedback, how did you come across this plan? You sensed a need, did you hear from the people, or?
The city's been working for years in trying to develop this bike master plan, and we did it thankfully with a lot of dedicated volunteers, a lot of community input, and that's really helped make our community even better than where it is several years ago. We're hoping in the next couple of years to really be taking some of these ideas out of the bike master plan and to help improve on what we already have as a wonderful cycling community in the city.
Okay. So there's also a lot of activities and workshops that maybe people may not know that are available to them, right?
There's some great public workshops that are free. There are 3.5 to half-day seminars that are on bicycle safety, free users and etiquette workshops that are for all users, all age groups. You can go to East Bay Bike Coalition website, which is ebbc.org, or you can visit the city's website, and there'll be some links there as well.
Okay, now you have a map here as well, right?
We have a map that we're currently, this is a great map that has worked well for the city for many, many years. It's our trail map, but it is pretty old, and so we're actually in the process of working with the community and updating this map, and this should be available within the next month or two by the end of summer.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. I love the information. I'm excited to see that map, and right now I still have a lot of paths and trails to cover.
Absolutely.
So Jeremy, thanks for hanging out and the great information.
Ruby. All right.
We'll catch you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Ruby.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Nice
How are
to
you
see
doing?
you.
Good seeing you.
Thanks for meeting up with us.
Hey, no problem.
Oh, beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Just coming back from Danville. Great ride.
Okay.
How have you been?
Pretty good. Just enjoying the trails. Now, you are a seasoned pro. Let's talk to us about some of the trails around here.
Well, everybody recognizes Walnut Creek as a great shopping area, but it's also a great hub for cycling activity. A lot of very active cyclists here in the city and around. Lots of great shops, bike shops. I think the thing I enjoy most is it's a hub to get to Concord, get down to the plaza over there. You get down to Danville. It's always a great ride there. And then those that are serious, especially the exercise fanatics, Mount Diablo State Park. Hey, doesn't get any better than that. Going to the top, it's incredible up there.
Now, you are a seasoned pro, Gary, but you see everybody from all walks of life here, parents and children and people like me just having fun, right?
It's true, and especially out on the trails. A lot of people, baby strollers are out here, the kids on the tricycles. There's a little different etiquette when you're out on the trails around Walnut Creek and the surrounding communities versus the streets. I think most advocate cycling are aware of those, but if not, you can always go online to see what you can do on the trails and what you can't. Probably the biggest element, at least from my standpoint, is the communication. You have to let people know where you are and you're coming up on them. And otherwise it's a great place to get around, and people that are not comfortable riding on the streets, it's a great facility here in the Walnut
Quick
Creek
fun
area.
fact for everybody to know out there. What do you do? This is your quiz now. What do you do when you're riding on the trail, right? And someone comes up behind you and they yell on your left. Right?
On your left, you hold your ground where you are and be aware that the rider is going to pass you on your left.
Not their left.
Not their left.
Your left.
On your left.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
What do you do when you're riding downtown and you're in the city? Should people take certain precautions?
Well, I think obviously when you're on the streets and you have a lot of automobile traffic around, you do need to be careful with what you're doing. You need to be aware that people will be getting in and out of their cars, doors open. You need to leave yourself at 3 feet at least next to the cars. I think also obey all the rules of the road, just as a automobile
Absolutely.
has to. There is no difference. When you're on the road, you have to obey the rules of the road.
Absolutely. So what do you say to those people sitting at home on their couches watching us right now? And, we're out here in this beautiful scenery.
I say get off the couch, get on your bike, come down to Walnut Creek, enjoy a night out, and have a fun time.
All right. Gary,
Safe.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruby. Good
All
seeing
right,
you again.
enjoy your ride.
Yep.
All right, we'll catch up soon.
Take care.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Danny, how's it going?
Good. How you doing,
Thanks
Ruby?
for joining us here today.
Yeah.
Everybody, this is Danny Milks. Now, he's with the Bicycle Advisory Committee, right?
Absolutely.
So you give your input and everything?
Yes.
All right, well, maybe you can give us your input. What makes Walnut Creek such an amazing place to ride?
Well, since the 70s, we've had the great access to the Canal Trail and Iron Horse Trail, which we're on right now. And it just is this enormous backbone that supplies the whole city all the way up Pleasant Hill, Concord, and down south. You can get anywhere you want on it, as long as you can kind of connect to it.
Okay.
So that's really great. And then the city is recently committed to building more bike lanes to connect to it, more bike signs and bike parking, and a new bike map is coming out soon. So a lot of new things in the works.
Yeah, really exciting. Now, speaking of something for everybody, we're out here on the trails, but some of you are at home watching thinking, maybe I'm a little intimidated. What can you say to get them out here on their bikes?
Try small steps, maybe try going to your local grocery store with a backpack and just doing your little, small shopping trip, or biking to see a friend, something within a mile or two, just to make sure that your bike works and you're comfortable on your bike and you know how to get there. And you can do easy stuff like that. Maybe if you have a friend who bikes to work, you can join them one day, talk to them, how they do it, what do they bring. And if you can, if you're within a couple miles of work, it's really easy to commute and
and but start with one day at a time.
Yeah. All right.
Try it out.
Well, some great advice, and I have been enjoying the trails, I just have to say, but I still have a little bit more ground to cover, so thanks for joining us.
All right.
All right, I'll catch you later. Thanks. Bye. Such an amazing time exploring the bike paths and trails today. I have to say, if you haven't had a chance to come out here and enjoy the beautiful scenery, you really need to grab the whole family, hop on your bikes, and I'll see you on the trails. Now, another great website for local biking information is 511contracosta.org. They've got great tips, trail maps, and even a bike mapper for door-to-door directions.
And if you're looking for another great summer activity for kids, check out the Open Space Adventurer program, created by Walnut Creek's very own mayor, Bob Simmons.
Do you want to learn more about your environment and the wildlife around you? Become an open space adventurer. Visit www.walnut-creek.org/walks to download your Open Space Adventurer Passport. It will have all the instructions you'll need to get started. Complete the passport and earn your certificate, signed by Mayor Bob Simmons.
The best thing about Walnut Creek Open Space is getting together with friends and family. It's a great excuse to bring out your kids, like my son here. He gets an opportunity to see snakes, all kinds of wildlife, coyotes, deer, you name it. It's out here. It's a great time. Good reason to get the kids away from the video games.
You will also receive a walking whistle and lanyard for a job well done. Children must be 12 years of age or younger. For more information, go to www.walnut-creek.org/walks or call 943-5895. We'll see you on the trail.
The Open Space Adventurer program is part of Walnut Creek Walks, a year-long program encouraging community and healthy living. Now, if you'd like some more information and you want to find out the events that are happening, all you have to do is visit the city's website.
Now, I got to enjoy the open space myself when I visited Ranger Dan Bylin and learned a little bit about the history and geology of Shell Ridge. Hey, I'm Brendan Moran for Creek Currents. Today, I'm going to go explore Shell Ridge Open Space with Ranger Dan Bylin. Now, before I get started, I want to make sure I got a couple things. Sunblock, bottle of water, and of course, my trusty trail map. I'm ready to get started. Let's go. Okay, dodging rattlesnakes today.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dan? How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for having me out here.
You're welcome, glad you're here.
Now, I liked the view from Lime Ridge, but I gotta be honest with you, I think I like this one a little bit better, because that's Mount Diablo right behind
Correct,
us, right?
yeah, it's a beautiful spot up here. You got Mount Diablo sitting off to the south, southeast. Look off to the west, you got Walnut Creek, Berkeley Hills, Oakland Hills. It's a great spot.
Now, we're almost at the top of Shell Ridge, which is the largest open space in Walnut Creek, right?
Correct, approximately almost 1,500 acres, like 1,475 acres. Highest point in Shell Ridge is a little over 900 feet, so you get some real pretty views from up top.
So what is the kind of the allure? Obviously it's the beauty, but you can do a lot of hiking here, right?
Yeah, it's a great recreational area. We provide trails for hiking, dirt roads for mountain biking, equestrian opportunities, lots of programs. We provide lots of programs. We do bird walks, flower walks, nature hikes, history walks, all that kind of stuff.
Right, now way down that hill is Borges Ranch.
Yeah, right down below us, Borges Ranch. It's our kind of our home center for Shell Ridge. It's a location where I get to live. I'm the on-site ranger. Ranch was started in 1899, and the family ran cattle out here in these hills until 1991.
And if you haven't been there, it's a really good place to bring the kids.
Yeah,
right?
great place. Yeah, parents, grandparents, you know, they love bringing their grandkids or parents bringing their children. Tractors to sit on, lots of farm animals to look at, chickens, goats, sheep, all that kind of stuff.
Now, we talked about Mount Diablo. You can actually start here and make your way up there.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, if you start down at Borges Ranch, it's about a 9-mile hike all the way up to the top, to the summit. And I've done it a few times, and it takes me all day, but it's a great hike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want to go that far, but maybe you could take me on a little tour.
Sure.
All right.
Love to.
Which way? This way or this way?
We'll head down the hill.
Okay, sounds
Okay?
good.
All right.
You're a good tour guide.
Oh, thank you very much.
So we're looking at, that's downtown Walnut Creek.
Correct, yeah. Downtown Walnut Creek, and then Concord off to the east and north, and Highway 24 heading up towards the Oakland Hills.
It's funny when you're actually standing up here, you don't realize how close this actually is just to all the action down there, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that we have, you know, Shell Ridge alone is almost 1,500 acres, and it's right in people's backyards. And you can park at the end of streets. A lot of people walk out their backyards and down the street, and they're into open space where you have wonderful oak woodland communities and coyotes and snakes and raptors and all different kinds of birds and wildlife galore.
But it's nothing to really be afraid of.
No,
right?
no. You know, the thing about folks coming out into kind of the wild areas, a lot of times people may not know a lot about snakes or mountain lions, so they have a fear that's really not necessary. You want to have a respect for our wildlife, but you don't need to have that fear. And the more you learn about them, the less you're going to fear them.
And how can people find out about them?
We offer a lot of programs. I myself, I do programs on rattlesnakes and all different kinds of snakes, frogs, reptiles. I do bird walks all the time, talk about raptors. I do a series of programs on getting to know your neighbors. We talk anything about raccoons that might be raiding your trash cans to coyotes that might be scaring you when you're hiking down the trail with your dog.
But it's good to know before you go, as
Correct.
they say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you know, a little bit of reading about a coyote, if you have a little bit of fear on them, and you know, you read a little bit about them, and you realize that it's nothing more than a wild dog.
Well, after talking to you, I feel better already.
Good.
All right. Onward.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go this way.
Okay.
All right, Dan, getting out of here.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up.
Thank you for the tour.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Good.
One more question for you.
Sure.
Why do they call it Shell Ridge?
Oh, Shell Ridge. At one time, this whole area was the bottom of an ocean. And over the years with plate tectonics, it's pushed all these little hills up. And if you walk around and look, you'll notice inside of all the rocks, there's a bunch of fossilized seashells. So there's seashells that used to lay at the bottom of the ocean and over the years been forced up in these rocks. And you can see different kinds of clams and seashells in a lot of the rock outcroppings in the area.
Well, there's one more reason to come out here then.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Ranger Dan Bylin for showing us around today. Now, if you want to find out more about Shell Ridge Open Space, you can always just go online at walnut-creek.org/open space. And I will see you on the trail. Now, if you want to keep up with all the happenings at the open space, you can always connect with them on Facebook. Now, next month, I will be visiting a piece of paradise at the Ruth Bancroft Gardens.
And I get a taste of Walnut Creek's new dining hotspot,
Opa!
next month on Creek Currents.